Have you ever encountered someone who ceases to believe the world revolves around them? Someone who deans constant adoration, manipulates those around them, and thrives on control? If so, you have crossed paths with a narcissist. Narcissized is a term that has become increasingly failure in our modern lexicon. But what does it truly mean to be a narcissist? Or importantly, what happens when a narcissist begins to lose their grip on the control they so desperately crave? This is a story of power, manipulation, and the inevitable unraveling of those who believe they are the most precious jewel in the room. Buckle up, because today we're diving deep into the psyche of narcissists, exploring how they operate, and uncovering what happens when their carefully constructed world starts to crumble. If you've ever wondered why narcissists behave the way they do, or how to protect yourself from their toxic influence, this is the video for you. So, grab a cup of coffee, get comfortable, and let's explore this fascinating and often unsettling topic together. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and share it with anyone who might benefit from understanding the narcissist's losing battle for control. Narcissists are often described as caring, confident, and larger-than-life individuals who seek to command attention wherever they go. But beneath this glittering facade lies a much darker reality. At their core, narcissists are driven by an insatiable need for validation and control. They see themselves as superior to others and believe they are entitled to special treatment. This sense of entitlement is not just a personality quirk. It's a fundamental aspect of their identity. Without it, they feel empty, worthless, and exposed. This is why narcissists go to great lengths to maintain their image and control over those around them. They manipulate, gaslight, and exploit others to ensure they remain the center of attention. But what happens when their carefully curated world begins to fall apart? What happens when the people they've manipulated start to see through the facade? This is where the narcissist's true colors begin to show. And it's not a pretty sight. Imagine a puppet master who suddenly finds their strings cut. That's what it's like for a narcissist when they start to lose control. Their entire sense of self is built on the adoration and compliance of others. So when that foundation begins to crumble, they become desperate. They lash out, become increasingly manipulative, or even resort to outright aggression. This is because deep down, narcissists are incredibly fragile. Their inflated sense of self is a defense mechanism designed to protect the feelings of inadequacy and shame. When that defense is threatened, they react with fear and anger. It's a vicious cycle. The or they try to regain control, the or they push people away, and the or isolated they become. This is the beginning of the end for the narcissist's reign of control, and it's a fascinating process to observe. One of the most telling signs that a narcissist is losing control is their inability to handle criticism. Narcissists thrive on praise and adoration, so any form of criticism is seen as a direct attack on their self-worth. When confronted with criticism, they become defensive, decisive, or even hostile. They try to turn the tables by blaming others, or playing the victim. This is a classic narcissistic tactic known as projection, where they attribute their own flaws and shortcomings to someone else. By doing this, they can avoid taking responsibility for their actions and maintain their illusion of perfection. But when people stop falling for these tactics, the narcissist's control begins to slip. They can no longer manipulate others into believing their narrative, and their true nature is exposed. Another sign that a narcissist is losing control is their increasing desperation for attention. Narcissists need constant validation to feed their ego, so when they feel ignored or overlooked, they become frantic. They resort to dramatic gestures, exaggerated stories, or even fabricated crises to regain the spotlight. This behavior is often erratic and unpredictable, as the narcissist becomes or unhinged in their quest for attention. They also become or overtly manipulative, using guilt, fear, or flattery to get what they want. But as people become aware of these tactics, they start to distance themselves from the narcissist, further eroding their control. This creates a feedback loop where the narcissist's behavior becomes increasingly extreme, driving even or people away. As the narcissist's control continues to slip, they also begin to experience what is known as a narcissistic collapse. This is a state of emotional and psychological breakdown that occurs when the narcissist's defenses are completely overwhelmed. During a collapse, the narcissist exhibits signs of depression, anxiety, or even paranoia. They become withdrawn, lethargic, or emotionally volatile. This is because without their usual sources of validation and control, they are forced to confront their true selves, a prospect that is utterly terrifying for them. A narcissistic collapse is often accompanied by a sense of emptiness and despair, as the narcissist realizes that their entire identity is built on a lie. This is the ultimate loss of control for the narcissist, and it can be a deeply traumatic experience. But what does all of this mean for the people in the narcissist's life? For those who have been manipulated, exploited, or abused by a narcissist, the collapse of their control can be a moment of liberation. It's an opportunity to break free from the toxic cycle and reclaim your own sense of self-worth. However, it's important to approach this situation with caution. A narcissist who is losing control can be unpredictable and potentially dangerous. They lash out in anger, try to manipulate you into staying, or even attempt to sabotage your efforts to move on. This is why it's crucial to set clear boundaries and seek support from trusted friends, family, or professionals. Remember, you are not responsible for the narcissist's behavior, and you have the right to protect yourself from their toxicity. So, what can we learn from the narcissist's losing battle for control? First and foremost, it's a reminder that true power comes from within. The narcissist's need for external validation and control is a reflection of their own insecurities and fears. By contrast, those who are secure in their own worth do not need to manipulate or dominate others. They are able to form healthy, mutually respectful relationships based on trust and empathy. This is the antidote to narcissize, and it's something we can all strive for in our own lives. By cultivating self-awareness, practicing empathy, and setting healthy boundaries, we can protect ourselves from the toxic influence of narcissists and build a life that is truly fulfilling. In conclusion, the narcissist's loss of control is a fascinating and often dramatic process that reveals the fragility of their inflated ego. As their carefully constructed world begins to crumble, they become increasingly desperate, erratic, and unhinged. But for those who have been caught in their web of manipulation, it's also an opportunity to break free and reclaim your own sense of self-worth. By understanding the narcissist's behavior and setting clear boundaries, you can protect yourself from their toxicity and build a life that is grounded in authenticity and respect. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into the world of narcissize. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share it with anyone who might benefit from this information. Remember, you are not alone, and there is always hope for a brighter, healthier future. Until next time, take care and stay strong.